Welcome, Sheryl. I'm so happy that you accepted the invitation. And I think it's a great opportunity between these two companies, 13 years, 130 years, to exchange notes.
True. Thank you all. I've never been to a car show before, so this is the biggest and the best, and it's great to be here. And you're exactly right. We are 13 years old. You are 130 years old. We would love to make sure we're around that long, but you never know. And so it's a great opportunity for me to join you, but also learn from you.
Well, that should have been my line. So, but what is your experience? What can we do to be more successful in exciting girls, women to this direction?
Well, it's such an important question. I'm always doubly happy when a male CEO asks me that question, so I really want to thank you for bringing this up. So I'm going to ask a question. Men only, please. Men only. Please raise your hand if you were called bossy as a little boy. Only men. Women, raise your hand if you were called bossy as a little girl. So we know that little boys are just as aggressive and assertive as little girls, in blind studies often more so. Why do we call girls bossy and not boys? That's because when a little boy leads, we expect it. But when a little girl leads, it goes against our expectations. And as human beings, this is men and women. I want to be clear. These biases are just as much held by women against women as men against women. We don't like it. And so it goes against our expectations. Fast forward so many years, and that's why we are where we are. It's interesting to be on the stage with someone from Germany. In politics, you guys have done a fantastic job, right? I have a friend. She had a 5-year-old boy. They live in Berlin. He said, well, I can't be chancellor. I'm not a girl. You know.
Is that a forecast for the upcoming election?
No kid in America, I stay out of this. No kid in America has ever said that. Your upper and lower house are 37 and 39% women. It's got to be one of the very, very, very best numbers in the world. We don't have any of that. We're 20%. The corporate sector, Germany's not doing as well. You know, we're at 5% of what is the Fortune 500 CEOs. You're at 0%. The pipeline to those jobs, which is kind of 25% to 30% in America, you're at 4%. So that means that your 20% numbers you're citing seem very good. But let's be clear, it's the same challenge. It's the same challenge. This leadership challenge is so real. Now, because it's culture, it means we can change it. Ready? This weekend, everyone here, you go out to a playground. You see a little girl called Bossy, probably by her parents. You walk right up to her and you say, that little girl's not bossy. That little girl has executive leadership skills. So wait, it's okay. I'm gonna pause and double click on that as we say at Silicon Valley. Ready? Let's try it the other way. That little boy has executive leadership skills. There's no humor. And that's been true in every audience. I've now done this hundreds of times around the world. Now, why is that? Because humor is what we don't expect. We laugh because it's unexpected. So even today in this room with all of these amazing leaders, women's leadership is funny. And that's what we can change. We can change by encouraging little girls to lead, encouraging little girls to go into computer science, and encouraging them to lead. Go through all your performance reviews at work. Do literally a search for the word aggressive. And what you will find is more women are being told that than men. Take that out. Go through your performance reviews at work and look for the word ambitious. He's ambitious. That is a compliment. She's ambitious. That is an insult. Just right here on the stage. You can change that. The people in this room, you can change that in your companies today. And while you're at it, make sure you're paying women the same as men for the same level of performance and the same jobs.
I agree with all what you said, and I think we made quite some progress in this regard, and that's why we are moving forward with the results as well. But of course, we have somewhat different conditions in the societies as well. For instance, that school in Germany typically is half day is an issue, which makes it more difficult to take care of your kids, which still it's been done more by the mothers than by the fathers. So there are processes and tools which we have to address as well. We have in all of our locations places to take care of the kids from 0 to 3 because there's almost nothing of that available. And this is not just you give them there and then they are kept for you, but we have the bilingual teachers looking after them from 0 to 3. We're looking at their nutrition, we're looking at how they move, how they deal with each other. So they're very well being taken care of. And that's why their mothers and their fathers are relaxed and happy and knowing they're doing the best for the kid and they can grow themselves as well. And these things I think are important too.
That's really great. I mean, look, childcare is a huge issue here. It's a huge issue around the world. The division of labor in the home is a huge issue. Women in Germany, in heterosexual couples, do 3 to 4 times the amount of childcare and the amount of housework their husbands do. The gap is not that big in the United States, but it's still there and it's still real. And one thing that's worth knowing is that an equal household where little girls see their fathers doing more household chores really benefits those children. So at any income level, anywhere in the world, this is important. Little children, boys and girls who have more engagement with their fathers, they do better. They do better in school, they do better in jobs, they do better emotionally, they have better connections to both parents. So this is important for your marriage. Marriages that are more even are more stable, lower depression rates for women, less divorce, and I hope it's okay to say this, more sex. So I tell men all over the world, if you want to do something great for your wife tonight, don't buy flowers, do laundry. Now,
you can do both too?
Yes, so I said this on one of the late night TV shows, and the head of FTD, it's the largest flower delivery service in the world, who I'd never met, sent me the largest bouquet you ever saw. And it said, can't you tell men to do laundry and buy flowers? And so I have to change my message. Gentlemen, laundry and flowers, but if you're only gonna do one, pick the laundry. And I want to share a really important reason why. By the age of 14, little girls who see their fathers do household chores, this is very important. You can't just say, oh, darling, you can be anything you want to be, as your wife does all the work. You have to see your father do household chores. Those girls have broader career aspirations than others. So if you see your father do household chores and you're asked what you can be, you will say the traditional female roles plus an astronaut, plus a scientist, plus the CEO of BMW, the CEO of Mercedes-Benz, the CEO of Chrysler. If you do not see your father do that, no matter what your parents say, you will actually limit your career goals by age 14 to the more traditional ones. Go home and do laundry for your daughters, gentlemen. It's gonna work.